Reinforcements are running low.
Signs critical.
Yo, what's up YouTube? This is Magneto signing in. I'm back with another Tom Clancy's Division 2 build video. I have not seen many people use the Merciless exotic rifle, be it in PvP or in PvE. Many would call it trash, or others may just say it's really bad. So I decided to play around with it since title update 9. Those of you who do not know about the changes to Merciless, it has been buffed from dealing 900% weapon damage as explosive damage to 1200%, an increase of 300%. So I'll explain this in detail later on in the video. Well, as for the build, this is a PvP build. I must say it's a very underrated rifle. I've had a lot of fun with it over the past few days, shredding high armor builds along with DPS builds. I'm not saying this is a meta build, but it's just that I personally love explosions and any mechanics related to it. So I decided to share this with you guys. Well, it's comparatively easy to build this one. Key points to keep in mind. Number 1, you need to have hazard protection on all your 6 pieces. As we all know about the status effects meta builds out there, for example, the Imperial Dynasty holster, which just randomly you catch fire, and so on. Have as much as armor as possible because you want to survive as long as you can get those 7 stacks to deal the explosion required. Again, I'll explain this when I'm explaining the build. Then number 3, remember this is a hybrid support tank build. You don't get disappointed if you don't deal those high figure damage. Number 4, move with your teammates. As long as you and your teammate takes them out, you won't have any problem. So let me quickly explain my build to you guys. So first things first, I'm using the firewall specialization due to the only reason, that is the medkit bonus. Whenever you apply your medkit, you gain 200% armor as well as 200% health over 10 seconds. Then secondly, every time your armor breaks, you deal fire damage to 5 meters in your surroundings. And thirdly, it's because of the striker shield. It's just a modified version of the normal crusader shield, and it provides a damage boost depending upon the number of enemies in front of your shield, which is quite useful. So coming to the primary weapon, that is the Merciless exotic rifle. So I managed to get a good roll, that is 15% rifle damage and 17% critical hit damage and 8% critical hit chance, which is like almost a god roll. Well, coming to the talents, binary trigger. This weapon fires on a trigger and pull release mechanism. If both bullets hit the same enemy, you gain a stack. At 7 stacks, shooting an enemy creates a 7-meter explosion, dealing 1200% weapon damage, consuming the stacks. Well, as I said earlier, it has been buffed from 900% weapon damage to 1200% weapon damage, which is a quite significant buff. So basically how this works is every time you shoot, alright, it shoots 2 bullets at the same time. It works on a trigger, pull and release. So if you manage to get both those bullets hit the enemy, you gain a stack. Alright, so as soon as you reach 7 stacks, the first bullet you fire will deal the explosion damage. Then moving on, the second weapon I'm using, the Baker's Dozen. Perfect lucky shot, magazine capacity increased by 30%, missed shots from cover have 100% chance to return the magazine. And the secondary weapon, I'm using a fire starter shotgun, which comes by default with the firewall specialization. So if you have noticed, I'm using a 4-piece True Patriot because of the following reasons. 2-piece and 3-piece set piece bonuses are very important. That is 30% ammo capacity and 30% magazine size. Now when you're using your Merciless weapon, your ammo gets depleted very quickly. So this is the reason why you need that ammo capacity and magazine size. You'll be able to get your stacks more frequently and you'll be able to deal the damage you need. And coming to the 4-piece set bonus, so I'll read it out to you guys who do not know about it. Red, white and blue. Every 2 seconds, enemies you shoot receive a stacking debuff of red, white and blue. Alright, so now when you're in game, you realize the flag colors appear on your right side of your shoulder. It keeps circulating over 2 seconds. So whenever you shoot, whatever color of the flag is on your shoulder will be stacked on the enemy. Red amplifies the enemy's damage taken by 8%. White, shooting the enemy repairs you and your allies' armor by 2% once every second. And blue decreases the enemy's damage dealt by 8%. So if you manage to get all the 3 debuffs on the enemy, it reaches the full flag stage. So enemies that die while under the effect of 3 debuffs create a 5-meter explosion, dealing damage equal to their total health and armor. Explosion damage reduced on named enemies that, well, this is a PvP build, so you don't really get named enemies except in the dark zone. The reason why I have 4 pieces because of the explosive damage. After you kill the enemy, you create a 5-meter explosion. This works very well with the Merciless explosion as well. So moving on, as I said earlier, you need hazard protection on all your 6 pieces. So I managed to recalibrate hazard protection on all pieces. As of my chest piece, I'm using the China Light Industries, where one piece gives you 15% explosive damage, again required, which boosts your damage even further. Again, hazard protection. And talents, I'm using Unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, repair 95% of your armor, cooldown 60 seconds. So as I said earlier, you need to have that survivability in order to get those 7 stacks, in order to get the explosion done. Now moving on to the Kneepads, I'm using the Fox Prayer Kneepads. I recalibrated one of the attributes to hazard protection. Then as for my skills, I'm using the Striker Shield, which has about 4 million HP. And my second skill, I'm using the Jammer Pulse. Very useful when enemies have their defender drones or their shields in front of you. You use your Jammer Pulse and they are absolutely naked and you can just gun them down. And as of shade level, this is very important. Make sure you get your stability maxed out because the Merciless is very unstable when firing, so this will really help. If you have any questions about the build, please let me know in the comment section below. If you like the build, hit the like button, and if you don't, hit the unlike button. If you are new to my channel, do not hesitate to subscribe. All your support is very much appreciated. I post build videos, gameplays, and my primary focus is building a community and to help all fellow agents. Thanks for watching and see you guys in the next video. This is Magneto signing out.
Immediate medical assistance needed.